ありがとう。
Loud. Loud. Really loud. Really loud. No, microphone's up.
Right, so the break is over. Natalie's turn.
Well, thank you everybody for being there. I'm very grateful to be part of this project. It's my first time in Japan and it's just incredible. So thank you all, and thanks especially for Zach for let all those crazy people from around the world to come in his workshop and working together. So yeah, I feel very honored. So my name is Nathalie Joanne Groenweg. I'm French, but my grandparents were Dutch. That's why the name. It means green way. I've started working with wood, with guitar making when I was young, and then I met some people that were using the lathe and wood turning, and I met one of the big masters in France who taught me how to use a lathe, and then he sold me his workshop. So I'm very lucky to have a very nice place where I can work around nature. Well, so I show you my work. So this is a lamp bulb, which is made of a maple. I turn it quite thin so the light can go through. It's a copy of a lamp that is at the original. It's in metal. It was in my place, and I was looking at it and said, "Oh, it's all round. Maybe I can do something with wood and the lace." So it's only the bulb. Oh, and this is one that I've made. Is one arm, and I tainted in red with alcohol stain, and then varnish it, so it can move as you want. It's about this size, and the lights go through as well. Besides that, I really love nature, and especially birds. I'm really keen on birds. So I made at the right side, it's left side, sorry, it's a bird house, and then this one is a bird feeder. So you can put sunflower seed in it, and all the people, the birds, come and enjoy. And I'm in my kitchen and having a lot of pictures. So, and this was for my marketing things. So that's the lamp. And this is my last work, which is made from boxwood and yew. It's about this big, so quite small. And the boxwood one, the yellow one, is only one piece of wood, 2 millimeter thick. I do it on the lathe, and then I put it in the water for like 12 hours, and then I bend it on a hot tube or form, so that I can get out of the straight line and give a lot of curves. And as the wood always seems to be very strong and very rigid, I'm really keen on giving another flavor or curve to the wood. So I've broken a lot, but yeah, this one is called Dragonfly, and this is the new family I made just before coming. So there is boxwood, ash, maple, and yew. So all the bases are in yew, and all the thin line you can see, it's only one piece. Especially for, I don't know if you see this, this one goes from one side and come back to the base. That's the same piece of wood. Well, this is my work. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Which button? That one? That one there. Hello everyone, my name's Neil Turner. I'm from Australia, at the west coast, not the east coast. I'm an ex-wheat farmer by trade, so I come from a very different background, and a lot of my work has been inspired by things that influenced me during my farming life, and later on we've moved to the coast, so there's been an influence from things from the ocean. I was lucky enough to be involved in the Stone Wall project in 2013, and it's a real honour and privilege to be here to work with all these wonderful artists. This piece was a piece of sandalwood. I started working on this, and it had been hollowed by the termites, and I was actually going to throw it out, so I've used the natural form of the timber, and I'd nearly finished it and then it fell in half. So I was really quite upset about that, but I realised that it would stand in two individual parts, which gave the piece another dimension, because you can actually rearrange it. So it can be have one look at one time, then move it around. So it just makes the piece, gives it another dynamic. The other thing that I really like about some of my work is that if it's lit properly, it will throw a shadow. So on the background, and that can be really quite spectacular. This is a piece of she oak. The wall thickness is 4mm. Now there are, I think, 32,000 larger holes in this piece. It is 400 millimetres in diameter. So those holes in the top go down 1.5 millimetres, and the same from underneath. Within those large holes, there is 20 smaller half a millimetre holes in them. So what happens, some of the holes from the top meet the ones from the bottom. And if you look closely, you can actually see the dappled light through the piece. So it gives the piece another dimension. So when you put your hand underneath the piece, you can actually still see your hand. So I always look to try and improve my pieces, and I wasn't quite happy with this. So the later ones have actually got 3 carved legs, so you can actually see right underneath the piece. So it gives it another dimension. I make public sculpture, and this piece here is 3 metres high, but it started out as only 300 millimetres high. So I made a maquette, not thinking we would actually get the commission to make this piece of artwork, and I made the maquette with a very small base, and that obviously gives the piece more lift. But when we went to the engineer, a job that was only supposed to take about 2 weeks took 12, because the engineering in that piece was more was greater than all the engineering for the Sydney Opera House. So when they put all the facets from the enlarged scan that they did of the piece, it just overloaded their computer, so they had to get a bigger computer to actually run all the programs through it so they could test it all. And finally, after about 12 weeks, we sort of came to a compromise, because obviously it had to be beefed up in some areas, and then the weaker area would appear somewhere else. So the process was that once that was all finalised, it was taken to, the information was sent to a guy who had a 5 multi-axis router, and he cut the negative mould for that in surfboard foam. Then it was taken to somewhere else, and they put a material called jesmonite in it, which is a type of concrete. So that was put in layers, and then they would put some steel in there and then another layer and build it up until it was finally cast. It was taken out of the mould, and then Sue and I took it to another place where we put iron filings on it, and then it was showered with sulfuric acid, and that's what gives it its rustic look. So a very complex piece to make. A 500-year-old piece of jarrah, just carved, basic carving done with a Dremel, which I tend to use a lot. It was treated with ebonising fluid, and then it was lightly brushed so that it would give that dark light sort of appeal. It's about 400 high, so quite a task to actually hollow that out, and the wall thickness is about 8mm, so it's quite light to pick up, and I think that might be it. I do make furniture, but not like you here, so I've struggled with your joinery. This was an interesting project because that front piece is not strong. So when you put weight in the middle, the legs moved. And I was interested in trying to combat that. So the thing that makes this work is the torsion box construction of the seat. And when that was put in place, that front beam does not move. So it was an interesting concept to explore. And I know my wife and I nearly had a divorce over making that project, so it was quite challenging. And I think that might be all. So thank you very much.
It's me. Hi, I'm Rebecca Asquith. I'm from New Zealand. I'm a maker of things. I don't specifically stick to one medium. So I didn't start with wood. I come from a film background. My first job was working on Lord of the Rings, the movie, or the 3 movies, as a model maker. The film industry was my university. I didn't go to university. This is what I did for my university days. This is a miniature. This is actually a concept model. We didn't film this. It was purely just to see what it would look like when we blew it up full scale. This is a younger me with dreads. This is another miniature for Master and Commander. We did 2 boats. This one here probably took about 5 months to build. A team of about 10 model makers. We hired a sailor who taught us all the rigging. So the 2 boats had a full rig that we could rig the sails up and down and move them. This is a lampshade that I made. It's out of 1.5mm plywood. It's based on the Nautilus shell, and when you get it, it's basically in a pizza-sized box, and whoever purchases it assembles it, and it looks like that. This is my house. I built the kitchen from scratch. I didn't like to buy the pre-made kitchen units, so everything in that kitchen is made by me, except for the stainless steel bench. The lampshade hanging over the dining room table is a design of mine. It's made from what looks and feels like wool felt, but it's made from recycled plastic bottles. And the stool in the front, this one here, is another design. It's made from American ash. and comes in 3 sizes. This was designed and made by my partner and I. We didn't realise you had to have 3 sizes when we designed this. So yeah, we designed one and then we found out you have to have the 3 different sizes if you're selling them. So yeah, I think that's me. Yep.
Oh, hello, my name is Richard Viditskis. I'm living in a very small country in North Europe, in Latvia, and yeah, I'm really like working with wood. I'm created one place. Name of this place is Vienkoči, and Vienkoči in Latvian that is things from one piece of wood, and I'm very like making things from one piece of wood because that things have very deep roots in our history, woodworking history, and yeah, that is mine theme with which I'm using in my place. But I'm created Woodcraft Museum in my place, and yeah, that is the goat canoe, also from one piece of wood, but that is a very interesting technique. This canoe is expanded, and yeah. This is the bowls. I would like making bowls in winter time. That is carved from one piece of wood, and I would like to leave that texture from gouge, and I'm very lucky to see here that the same textures also, and yeah. This is one part from my museum, and sometimes my friends, not sometimes, but one time in year we organizing courses, international courses, and in these courses coming peoples from all world. We're taking approximately 16 courses, and for 10 days we're learning our traditional skills about traditional woodworking, about green woodworking, because I really like working with green wood, that is a fresh wood, yeah. And every year I'm organizing in my place the small regional Wood Days events also. It's happening every day. For then every year, not every day, every year. Yeah. So yeah, that is one picture from one biggest event in my place. The first Saturday in October, I'm organizing one event, the fire night, and yeah, fire is that mine theme here in that event. But in this event happening a lot of things, many workshops, a lot local food, fire shows, and many things more. Yeah. And yeah, in that area. That area is part from museum, and this is only one example from that. We showing that traditional building examples, and we have one forge where it's possible to see how making tools also. Yeah, and that maybe you can see one that's small. That is not a small house, but that is a bread oven, and in that oven we baking the bread outside. So yeah, that's all. And here is some booklets about my place. Yeah, if you want, you can take that. Mm-hmm.
Good job.
右下の三角これね。はい。じゃあ私は、日本語と下手な英語と両方で解説します。I wanna have my presentation in Japanese language and also English, my bad English. はい、私は吉野貴弘と申します。木工の仕事をしてますが、今主に手作り家具として、椅子を作ってます。Now, recently I work for mostly making chair. 椅子といっても今皆さん座ってらっしゃる椅子もあるんですけども、実は健康のための椅子を作ってます。I make a chair not only artistic but also good for your health. なんで健康のための椅子を作るようになったかって申しますと、うちの家内が大きな病気をしまして、それがなかなか病院では治らない病気だった。その時に代替医療を探す中で座禅と整体に出会いました。正しい姿勢を取ることがいかに大事なことかということを理解して、座禅の姿勢の上半身の姿勢を椅子の上で取ることを研究しています。なので皆さん今お座りの椅子になるべくお尻を深く突っ込んで座っていただくと、座禅と同じ上半身の姿勢が取れます。Now, my chair is based on a Zazen tradition because my wife got a disease about 30 years ago. So that one is not identified at that time. Then she hospitalized but couldn't heal. Then we decided look for something alternative method of healing her body. Then the answer is Japanese traditional Zazen sitting. So taking a good posture, make a good self-awareness, then she can heal by herself. So my chair, the aim of my chair is take a good posture and increase your health. That's my chair making. 今展示して、見せている椅子が禅チェアという、もう本当そのものズバリ座禅の姿勢を取るための椅子です。これは特に体に合わせてサイズを設定することでより効果が高くなることが分かって、多分世界で唯一お体をお測りしてカスタムフィットの椅子を作るということをここ20年しています。ここ20年間で私は1300人の方の、それぞれ椅子を作るのに必要なサイズを測ってカスタムの椅子を作っています。This is my typical popular chair, so called Zen chair. So it's I make this one for custom fitting for each client. I measure the client's body, almost 1,300 chairs in 23 years. 次は私の作っている椅子の中で最も座り心地のいい、椅子です。これは寝禅という寝ながらにしていい姿勢を取ることで、体を整えるという、これ白隠禅師というお坊さんが考えた250年前に提唱された寝禅という方法があるんですが、それを現実化しようということで作った体に優しい椅子です。This one is a chaise lounge chair and also based on a Zazen sitting. 250 years ago, some famous monk says it is possible to take a good posture on a lay down. Then this is one of the most comfortable chair which I made. よかったら体験してみてください。一脚ここにあります。これはやはり同じように、オフィスチェアですね。これもカスタムフィットで作っています。This is also one of my office chair and also custom fitted chair. これは自分の仕事の、初期の頃に修行した、作品で、指物というアートに近い作品ですね。これはハワイの木工の展示会に出して賞を頂戴した、作品です。This is my first this is 指物 work which I practice first time I start with working. 指物 work is very precise and kind of artwork. I participate Hawaii Wood Show and got the first award. 今もこの指物の仕事は非常に自分の技術の基礎として大事にしています。で、最後にこの写真はこれ花池なんですけども、これは私東京生まれで山梨に引っ越してきてからそれまで使っていた美しい名木と言われる美しい木がいかに貴重かということを感じて、逆に山の中で朽ちていく穴の開いた木とか他の作家が捨ててしまうような木をどれだけ命を与えられるかということを、チャレンジしている作品です。花を生ける穴は自然に開いた穴を利用して他の削った部分はいかに木をきれいに見せるかという形で造形しています。This is my former work which when I moved from Tokyo to Yamanashi Prefecture. Before I moved here, I use a fancy wood. It's a very beautiful wood which have a great beautiful grain, but I moved to here, I realized it is how rare it is. Then, and also I walk around in the mountainside. I found wood which have such kind of hollow and also crack or something. Then I decided to make a new life for the waste wood. This is one of the challenge. はい、以上で5点が自分の作品なんですけども、ここ10年間は自分をこれまで支えてきたのは、生きてこれたのは木の文化が長く日本に続いたおかげだということを理解して、それをいろんな人に共有して広げようということを考え始めました。なのでこの10年間で私はここのうちの森の4000坪の森を開拓して、その木を250本の木を切り工房を作りしてこのみんなで楽しめるエリアを作る、この、コミュニティそのものが今自分の一番新しい、作品だと感じています。Now I work for culture side. I realize Japanese traditional culture rise me to this path. Then I appreciate this that history. Then I decided establish organization for preserve Japanese wood culture. This is my organization. And past 10 years I work for develop my forest and built 3 houses and have such kind of gathering and workshop from all over the world to share Japanese traditional wood culture. And then this community is my recent work. ということでございます。ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm back. My name is Jacques Vessery. I'm from the state of Maine in the USA, which is very close to Quebec. I am lucky enough to have my work in many museum collections, many publications, over 30 publications, and I've taught all over the world my techniques to many, many different schools, associations, and whatnot. My work is based on an illusion of reality. So even though it is wood, you may not think that it's wood because of the color and the textures. This was firewood. This was wood that was going to be burned in someone's fireplace. So why not give it another life? All of these are one piece. Sometimes there's something other than wood, like the pieces on the bottom. That is a piece of fluorite that I carved to go with the piece that can be interacted with the form. I call these sea forms because you will not find a seashell on this planet that looks like any of these. The illusion of reality is that I put a texture on something that doesn't really belong there. And no one ever questions. No one ever says, well, there's feathers on the outside of your sea form. It creates that ability for your mind to think it belongs there. This is one of the pieces I have in the most recent museum collection. This piece was acquired by the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. And this is one of my favorites. Some people say teapots, wooden teapots. That's strange. But many people collect teapots for the inspiration of utility. And so I have many wooden teapots that I have made over the years for collectors. My son Jonah, who is one of the apprentices on this project, when he was younger, he would say, "Daddy, can we put tea in it?" And I'd say, "If you buy it, you can put tea in it." And I included this one for a special reason. This is actually in a collection of the Chamber of Commerce in Osaka. In 2007, a group of woodturners from Japan came to the United States to show off how they did their turning and their lacquerware. And they left behind over 100 blanks that were never turned. They gave them to an association called the American Association of Woodturners, which I was very involved with at the time. And they said, "What will we do with these?" And I said, "We're going to send them to every wood turning artist we know in the world and get them back for an exhibit." The pieces were auctioned, but the Chamber of Commerce that left those pieces, they were given the opportunity to pick 3 pieces before the auction. And they picked one of them was mine. When we got these bowls, they said, first they told us they were soup bowls. Then they told us they were rice bowls. Then they told us, and this was just the Americans telling us, not the Japanese. And then they said, we don't really know where they are. So I made mine a rice bowl for soup's sake. Thank you.
With this one? Hello everybody, my name is Yamila Cartanilica. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm trying to be a visual artist. I'm a teacher at the university and the art school. And I'm going to show you some of my last work on wood. I usually work with a lot of materials, but I think this has more relation with the collaborative project that we are in. This series of pieces are from native woods of Argentina, from the south of Argentina, and the concept is walking together. Is to be together, is how you see the life. None of these pieces can be alone. It has to be with another one, by this connection it has. So this is the piece closed, and this is a piece open. And this gives me the liberty of put the pieces everywhere and every time from a different way. Every has joints and is a little complicated construction. This is the detail of another piece. This piece was exhibited in the National Contest of Sculpture in Argentina. It has 3 pieces, and it's called the 3 parts and the time, because there are 3 pieces that can move differently. So that's the time to take you know all the possibilities that it has. This is one of the first one. This is biggest. than the other one. Has 1 meter for 140. Well, yes, 140 for 1 meter, and this one has 4 meters. Don't laugh. For 2 meters, 180 approximately. So that's my show. Thank you very much.
柿沼康之です。I am not good English. I talk Japanese. Okay.
Okay.
僕は大工をずっともう25年ぐらい続けてきてて、続けてます。
So, he's been doing carpentry for over 25 years.
それでここの椅子の学び屋と、あと隣の工房棟の建築を自分も含めて7人の大工さんで建てました。
And he was one of the 7 carpenters who built this chair laboratory building and the studio.
で、普段はいろんな家を建ててるんですが、今回はここの場所で今、建築中というかものはまだ建ってないんですけども、それを紹介したいと思います。
So he normally make a lot of things, a lot of houses, but he's gonna introduce what he's doing here in this property.
長いから途中で止めちゃってる。これはここを建てた大工仲間と一緒に、月に一度ここに集まって手道具だけで、木を倒して木を盛大して建物小屋を作るっていう取り組みをもう3年ぐらい前ですかねからやってますが、まだ立ってません。
So he's been doing this project called Blacksmith Forge Hut project. He's been doing this for over 3 years with the carpenter team and using only hand tools.
これは倒した木を丸太を製材しているところですね。もう斧だけで丸いものをこれは八角形にしやってる製材している作業ですね。
So this is how they mill log into beams or posts only using axes.
これも斧だけで製材しているところです。
This is the same thing, using only axe to mill.
こ これは斧で製材したものを超慣れ仕上げているところです。一回空振りするからちょっと
This is Azing after hewing, and he's gonna miss one shot, so it's funny video for him.
なかったで、これが製材が終わって仮組みしてるところですね。で、もう加工も終わったので、来月の中旬には骨組みだけですけど立つ予定です。
So this is a current situation after making joinery and after finish milling and joinery, and this is a test assembly, and we're gonna do actual assembly next month.
で、立ったら、壁は竹で編んで、土で壁を拭いて、で屋根はやっぱ竹で組んで蚊帳を拭く予定ですが、いつ完了するかは分かりません。
So after we assemble these posts and beams, we're gonna weave bamboo for the wall and put soil and make a wall, and also for roof we also use a bamboo foundation and then do thatching for the roof and then make straw roofing. But we are not sure how long it's gonna take because it's been taking 3 years already.
あとこれは去年埼玉で音楽家の方の新築の住宅なんですけど、それをちょっと手伝いさせていただいてその時の写真です。昔ながらのコンクリートのない石の上に立った伝統工法の住宅になります。
This is a construction project he helped last year. This is very traditional way of building one house, not using concrete at all, using a stone for as a natural base, and traditional joineries.
これが組み立てた後ですね。これ上に旗があるのは上等祭の直前だったからこういう旗を立ててやるところです。
So this is how it went, and the flag you can see on the top is this is our Japanese tradition. When we finished assembly of beams and posts, we celebrate and then invite neighbors and then share our happiness to others.
で伝統工法なので、よく見ればボルトとかそういう金物類は一つもありません。はい、
So this is traditional. This is a house made with traditional joinery. So carpenters didn't use any nail or screw or bolts at all. It's only wood.
以上です。
So Hide-san is the last person, and he's not gonna use slides. So I'm gonna move this PC over there to ここでいいですか？
最初ここで話してこっちに行きますか？
わかりました。
はい。
一旦これを動かしますね。
はい。 こで立って話した方が
はい。ちょっと待ってください。
いいですか。
すみません。ちょっと少々お待ちください。What do you see on? Okay.
神仏木彫師の北澤でございます。Hello everyone, this is 秀田北澤。I'm a second generation woodcarver. My family business is having a dragon, lion, phoenix for portable shrine and decoration parts, temple and shrine. 彫刻屋の2代目でして、私の家の仕事は竜や獅子鳳などをおみこしやお寺神社につく彫刻をしています。Also, I'm making a mask for no theater. あと能面も作っております。My mask used for the no theater. No is a traditional Japanese theater. Starts 700 years ago. Now still on theater. 能というのは日本の伝統的なお芝居で700年以上昔から現在も行われています。I'm making a mask for the performer. Also, I perform sometimes. Today, I did demonstration. 能面を作ってプロの方に使っていただいていますが、私も舞台に上がることがありますので、今日少しやってみます。This is, we say, 福の神。これは福の神という仮面です。This mask used for the comedy. 狂言。狂言という面白いお話で使います。この about the story. Two men. There's a very good friend. Every New Year, the friends go to the local shrine and pray for the God. Happy New Year, God, and please give me good fortune this year. Every year, they go to the local shrine. This year, suddenly, the God appear in front of them. 福の神というお話は、2人の仲いい友達が毎年新年に、地元の神社でお祈りをしているんですが、なぜかその今年に限って神様が彼らの前に現れて、そこをやっています。あ、そうだ。これね、This mask made from the hinoki, Japanese cypress. At first carving, then painting. Backside is a painting urushi raka, and front is a water painting. At first, painted the Nikawa and Gofen. Nikawa is the glue made from the animal skin and soft foam. That's a glue. And Gofen is made from the oyster shell. Ground oyster shell and grinding makes a white powder. Then painting and puts the color. The same technique, same method over 700 years ago. 作り方は700年前から同じ方法です。で、材料も同じ方法を使っています。これはヒノキでできていて、裏側は漆が塗ってあって、表側は水彩の絵の具です。God appear. Oyo! Like this. Thank you. Even Japanese don't understand what I'm saying because the old Japanese language, like a Shakespeare English. I said, you are very good. Every year you come to this local shrine. That's why I appear in front of you. That's what I said. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
じゃあ親方最後。
これで全員のプレゼンテーションが終わりましたので、本日は、皆さん遠くからありがとうございました。Thank you very much for today's event.